Good afternoon, gentlemen. This is another project that I've started on, and it's the start of a TV that runs purely on Rod Pentodes, and it's we've now got some work done on the line stage. My little DC to DC converter decided that it had its chips, so we're not using that at the moment. I'm using the lab pack Radford through the variac, so as I can vary the HT. I'm running 80 volts HT at the moment, and we have an IG29B as a blocking oscillator, and we have two of the 1N24Ps paralleled. A single one wasn't very successful. There was something that wasn't very good, so paralleled them together, which has made a difference. This in actual fact operates. This is a Thorn 900 series Lopti jelly pot, and the diode is a BY223 as the boost diode. The capacitor strung on the top is the boost cap, and is a homemade, rather rough looking doubler. Okay, and on the screen we have a defocused line, simply because I have decided not to have it pin sharp because it might burn it. So if I adjust the focus with the voltage of the power supply, we have a nice sharp line. Okay, I won't leave it there for long because I don't think it will do the tube any good. So anyway, it's running at 10.7 kilohertz at the moment, and that is with about 80 volts. If I give it about 120 volts, the EHT rises, and I shall show you on the meter. Sorry for my finger in the way there, and that's about 120 volts, and we've got about 5 kV, which is ample for this. Again, you'll see that that has now brightened up considerably, and the line is very sharp. Can't see it because there you go. There's a lot of light in here. It's a very, very warm day, very hot outside. In fact, it's 29 degrees in the shed. There's a lot of light coming through the door, and the lights are on in here as well. So that is bright. Now I'm actually quite surprised this works, but as I say, it doesn't work too well with one valve. Now you notice at the moment the Rod Pentodes are running red hot. Okay, so I would imagine the life would be quite short, and that's the only thing. Reducing it back to about 80 volts for 4 kV or thereabouts. The valves have cooled down. There's no glow from them, so they're not getting overstretched like that. I don't know whether or not it would work too well with just 80 volts. I think it might be dull once we get the frame running. It might be quite dull. So, and at the moment, of course, what I've got is just a 1.5 meg ohm resistor between the cathode and the grid, just to bias the tube so that it's not biased on too hard, damp off the EHT. So as I say, we don't know at this point whether this will work as a TV. I don't know whether the valves will actually be substantial enough to give a pulse. I would have thought they might have been, because these ones are designed for pulse operation, so I would have thought it might have worked. It does work, but I don't know about the reliability of the valves, and I don't know about how effective this will work. As you see, there's even a fan I've put on beside these valves just to keep the envelope cool. I don't know whether that would make much of a difference, to be fair. But yeah, we can only do but try. We'll see. We'll add in a frame stage and some video later and see how this works. And probably before I even think about putting it into a completed chassis, we'll see if there's any reliability issues, and if we feel it's going to destroy the valves, which it could do, I think we might just abandon it. But certainly we know that this will work, will produce a line scan, and it will give us sufficient to give me EHT to run the MW62 on low EHT. So Yeah, it's quite promising actually. My initial idea was actually to have separate EHT, not this flyback EHT. I was going to use these things. These are little Chinese EHT generators. These actually developed 7 kV. I have 3 of them, actually there's 2 here, but I have another one. And having 2 paralleled will be just about enough current. So the third one will be that belt and braces. So I might go back to that. You mean, this is maybe asking a lot of the Rod Pentodes to do this, what I'm doing at the moment. But certainly it does operate, it does work. I've been able to test it, and as you can see, there is a line collapse, obviously, and brightness in the screen. It's actually quite bright, I have to say, but as I say, it is very bright in here today. So there we go. Next stage is to make up a frame scan and see what it does, see whether it's enough brightness for it to operate. If so, we will continue on. If not, well, we'll abandon it. Okay, thank you for looking. Bye for now.